Hello and welcome, Echoes, to Empyrean Rising. Starting a little bit late because of a variety of outside
Wilds.
reasons. Empyrean Wilds, not Empyrean Rising. Thank you so much. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this. Um, but Empyrean Wilds, episode 28. Um, Starting a little bit late because of a variety of outside circumstances, including the fact that I needed to more permanently fix our overlay. But I am Evie, the Disaster GM. My pronouns are she, they, or any. As you can tell, it's already a little bit disastrous. Let's go ahead and go around introducing who we have today, starting with Matt, since you weren't here last time.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Matt, he, him pronouns. I'm playing Fang Wu, he, they pronouns, the risk taking warrior who fights with panache, occasionally walks through walls, and is excited to be back in the fray. And I'll popcorn it over to Joel.
Ash.
Hello, I am
Oh, sorry.
Ash, the person formerly known as Joel. That's okay. It is still part of my name, so it's okay. I promise. I will be playing. Oh, my pronouns are whatever, and my character is Val Misforge, currently using she/her pronouns, who is an appealing speaker that rises from the depths and shepherds spirits. I'm gonna pass this over to Amanda.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda, aka Panda Cobra. I use she, her pronouns. And today I will be playing Varen Lek, also she, her, the weird adept who dances with dark matter and siphons power. And popcorning it back to Evie.
Thank you so much. Today we are unfortunately missing Alina. They have some things that they're doing. I think it might be a convention this time. I'm not sure. Possibly at a convention. If they're there, psychically figure out which one it is and go say hi. But they will, I think, be back for next session. But because of that, we're going to just kind of have their their character Kale, who is an empathic explorer who helps their friends and has the soul of a dragon, kind of in the background doing some other stuff, while everybody else is doing things and whatnot. But Empyrean Wilds, I got it right this time, generally runs every other Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. We did start a little late, as I said, today. But go ahead and click that like, subscribe, follow, whichever is the correct button on the platform that you are watching it, because we do multi-stream, so that you can be notified when this or our other games happen to go live, because we do have other games. All of these games are run using Cypher or the Cypher system by Monty Cook Games. It's fun times, but that's why I may ask for roles that you may or may not understand the meaning of. So, yes, you should explore it. I promise that I am not concussed. Anyway, inside joke-ish. Anyway, we are still raising money for World Central Kitchen, so I promise I'm not concussed. I don't need to go to the hospital. We are still raising money for World Central Kitchen, so if you would like to donate, you can either click the donate button on Twitch or follow the link in chat if you are watching on YouTube. I am posting it there now. There we go. Or you can just go directly to their website at wck.org to find out more about World Central Kitchen and donate directly. No donations that go through our Twitch or Tiltify affiliate link happen to go to us or any of our affiliates. It goes directly to World Central Kitchen. Help if you can. Spread the word if you can't. The world is on fire, and so is the East Coast. It is so hot outside. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and roll into focusing on today's session. We at the Archives would like to remind you that this is an adult content rated game, with depictions of violence and gore, possible mentions of loss or trauma, and or similar content. We do our best not to cross each other's lines, but for those watching, you have been warned. last time, still in the home of the anthropologist type collector that they had found. They had been seeking, but kind of found inadvertently, accidentally, Topalpilco. They have managed to convince T'Pol to help them, not just in figuring out a variety of things for the purposes of connecting the dots that have been provided to them, but also to inspect his private collection of books and things that aren't fully ready for display in his little artifact mini museum. In the process, Bal was able to find among that, with some help, a book that's kind of like a field guide, field journal of the various cultures and peoples that were common to the city-state of Venia and some other neighboring parts of the Trutinus Reach back in the way back times, during the time of this cult that they had kind of heard of, as well as an artifact that was supposedly some sort of symbol of this cult that Bal wanted to learn a little bit more and potentially call on spirits related to them to try and question things directly. In that time, Bal did call on the spirit that was connected most closely to the book, the author, that she had been reading through, and got some information, but not quite a lot, and not really what she was looking for. She has not yet summoned the spirit from the symbol, the device that she had found on the shelves. The gun that she has acquired from former military individuals of one of the other city-states was also being inspected by T'Pol to find out kind of how it works and maybe figure out how to reconstruct the ammo packs, because they are currently a limited resource. Additionally, Kale and a little bit of Varen helping out found a strange stone or part of an altar, perhaps, that looked something familiar, somewhat familiar, that they realized was somehow related to the stylization of the teapot that Pico, the little copper dragon, turns into when he sleeps. Activating it in some fashion, Kale felt the presence of 3 other of the nature guardian dragons out there further to the north and a little to the west in some cases, that had felt the awakening of whatever it was that they tried to activate with this kind of altar piece that they had found, indicating that Kale is indeed not alone, that there are others, and something happened somewhere in relation to the Great Grove that Kale searches for. Additionally, some experiments were done with the powder that's in the ammo packs of the gun that caused it to have little mini explosions, somewhat like firecrackers, in the underground lab that they are essentially in. It was somewhat violent, very startling, and the use of Bal's water shield was necessary. But they did discover, for the most part, what most of the ingredients were. There is some sort of strange blue grit or powder that is proposed to be either mined in Benavides, out one of the island mini kind of former city-states. It has been absorbed into Islandus, as well as is produced somehow here in Polyarna, and possibly is also the makeup or a rougher makeup of the powdered blue magical drug that they have acquired from Luis Figo. During this conversation, Bobby Joe was Bobby Joeing and bit Varen quite hard, but Varen got a natural fucking 20 to resist the now active poison on the part of this Karuscapede baby's bite, and was just fine. And T'Pau suggested that they either needed to find a way to make this thing understand that they were not food and could be trainable, or put it out of their misery because it's just going to keep biting you guys. He is not willing to keep it because of how aggressive it seems to be because of his daughter. With that, there were discussions of going back to Icebridge to find the wall that bleeds magical goo and use that to turn the Karuscapede baby into a more intelligent creature, or to feed it the magical drugs to see if that somehow magically and mystically made it more intelligent and workable, and or possibly explode. But as this was being discussed, and T'Pau requested very kindly and with some measure of trepidation that it not happen inside of his home, that Kale suggested that they introduce Pico to T'Pau to help him better understand the couple of collective pieces that he has that are seemingly related to the dragons, and perhaps prepare him for whatever may happen with the copper dragon that rests asleep upstairs. So as Kale basically excuses them to allow Pico to wake up and have a very high-pitched conversation with the NPC, and so that the GM does not have a conversation between two NPCs while the relevant player is not here, we will have the others a go.
Did we feed the drug already, or are we about to?
You had briefly asked if there was a cage to put Bobby Joe in.
That's right.
To contain it if somehow the drug made it more powerful or made it go crazy. He does not capture animals on a regular basis and thus does not have any cages. While Bobby Joe might fit into one of the protective casings up in the museum area, there is no way to then force feed because would be entirely enclosed.
Well, I've got an idea. I've got my bell box. We could turn it into a balloon and use the leash to sort of keep it within range.
Describe this to me one more time.
Right, so I've got an artifact
Mhm.
that creates sort of a gravity well in a way. In a section for some amount of time. I can't remember. I haven't used it in a while. But if we stay just on the outside of it, we could really like put the thing in it, and it would just float in whatever direction I indicate, which could be up. And since you've got it on a leash, it would just hover.
Oh, so not like a literal balloon. Okay, I was just making sure.
No, we're
didn't-
not going to inflate it. No.
Okay, that I had some concerns about that.
I feel like we could if it really.
Well,
minds
that
to it.
and well, I could also make some of my shadow tendrils like hold on to it too if it's they're really, really concerned about
Yeah,
it breaking
yeah.
out.
We should probably do this outside, though. Yeah. How,
Yeah, that'd
where are
probably be
we?
for the best.
Yeah, you guys are still in the basement workshop.
Outside first.
Yeah.
Let's say, Fong, you seem like you have some reservations about this.
I'm just along for the ride. I heard the balloon thing, and I'm already out of my league here.
All right.
So we are going to take it outside. I think
Yep.
that's for the best.
I think so.
Don't want to explode. Get little bug guts everywhere in case it does end up going.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's not difficult to navigate your way back upstairs and to the outside. There is a more kind of work area off to the side that seems to be where the carriage cart that his daughter left on came from. Or there's just the nice front yard with the benches. Where would you like to locate yourselves?
Are
Or
we
there's
going?
the forest.
I was
Yeah.
about to say maybe like right outside the gate, so we're technically not doing it on his property.
Yeah.
Technically.
Okay. So describe to me how you set this up. How are you making this work for you?
Are we going with the balloon idea?
Sounded like that could have been maybe the best since it sounds like you can actually control the direction it goes in.
Right. Yeah.
My shadow tendrils can just like all it does is just like I mean might hold them in place for like a little bit, but if he's strong enough he'll get out. So
Right. Which it might be if we supercharge this thing. So
how we do that.
So do we want to feed it first and then levitate him, or do we want to levitate it first and then?
I was kind of thinking levitation first and then try to feed because I would hate to like I mean like I would hate for us to try to feed it and then it's like it goes like super monster and then we have no way of restraining it.
Fair enough.
Because I'm aware
Right.
also a potential thing that could happen.
All right. I'm going to position myself so everybody's behind me. And then away from the guy's house. And I'm going to make sure that the space is just nature. No, also making sure our cart is out of the way and all of our belongings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to activate the bell box.
Okay. So are you somehow corralling Bobby Joe into the area that you are activating? Or are you activating and then trying to just toss Bobby Joe into the air in the correct direction?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Because this isn't it creates the hover effect, it changes gravity. So if
Yes.
Varen stands there or reaches into there, it can affect Varen as well.
Well, so the bow did not think. So she just did it. And what it lasts 5 minutes. So when she activates it, she's gonna obviously activate it up. And then go, all right, get to 10.
So what you guys see is basically like the leaves and everything kind of drift up rather than naturally just kind of hanging. They still move with a natural breeze, though there's only a minor breeze because it is summer. But it's like they aren't weighed down anymore. Beyond that, you don't see much of a difference. Like, there's no magical ring around the area that Bal has activated. So it will require a decently high perception to know where is safe and where is affected.
I'm going to attempt to roll this, but I'm not going to put any effort into it because I think that's funny. 13.
You have no idea where it starts and stops.
Go on then.
And we have it, like, not necessarily restrained, but we do have it, like, leash stopped. Is that... Okay.
And you have managed to, at this point, get him to stop biting you. Because, remember, he had gotten a good bite on you before.
Yeah, so... should we just, like, make, like, a... Like, scoop the powder and just, like, shove it in his mouth? Like, is that kind of what we're doing here?
I don't know. Oh, by the way, Evie, I rolled for depletion. I rolled an 8.
So that is what Varen's gonna do, is just kind of get like a little scoop of powder and then just hold it up.
Give me an animal handling.
Animal
interaction roll. Yep.
I am gonna put some effort into that. I don't know what I need to take from this though.
This is definitely speed.
Oh yeah, okay. I will definitely put
normal animal interaction. I would call intellect. This is being fast and agile enough to where you get it in this thing's mouth without your fingers going in its mouth.
Oof,
hey,
okay.
If it helps, you haven't used your asset from me today. You're free.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. My asset, and then also I put a level of effort into that. But also I just rolled an 8.
Okay. You do get your hand pinched again. It is not like this is a creature that siphons insides like a spider rather than eats things whole. So you don't get like your fingers fully into its mouth. You manage to get some of the drug in its mouth, but you do take another single point of damage, and I need another might defense against the poison.
Ooh, yeah.
Or venom.
Yes. Ooh, that was only a 4 that time.
Okay. The venom is still fairly mild.
Mm-hmm.
Your might and anything having to do with balance right now is currently hindered. So seeing things, balance, coordination, and your general might are going to be hindered because the venom like hits your system and you are woozy.
So this is going to be really funny when I just go yeet into where I think where I think Bal's magical, and I'm going to roll for that just to see if I happen to get it in the right direction. I rolled a 17 on that.
Okay.
Whoa.
So you toss it in the correct direction. Let me see a might check for tossing it, though.
Sorry,
only
because you're essentially tossing a small dog.
Oh, yeah. A 7.
7.
Did
So
you end
not
up
very-
using your asset, right?
Yes, I did. I used
Sorry,
my asset
I
lesson.
was distracted. I couldn't hear you.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
Tossing of Bobby Joe. So you do get Bobby Joe like hefted, and it almost hits the ground before it just suddenly rockets up to the end of the leash. You very nearly stumbled into it yourself. But Bobby Joe is in the air and has consumed, at least you think, some of the blue powder. And it will be
this really is filler behavior.
It will be at this point that I am going to have all 3 of you roll for luck.
This is
There are a
straight up
variety of
cool.
things that can happen with this monstrous creature consuming a magical drug. And depending
Cool.
on how good your luck is, will determine if it is what you want.
16.
Okay.
18.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it! I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Close enough.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah, I wasn't a 1, so
Yeah.
yeah.
That is an average of 12 and 2/3. So, as it kind of wiggles in the air, like all of the little legs are just kind of going as it very uncoordinatedly just kind of floats there at the end of the tether that is the leash. It kind of shakes a little bit, and the strange scutes, the little feather-like scales that are all over it, shudder slightly. And, like, slowly it starts curling in on itself. Tighter and tighter. Go ahead and give me an intellect roll, Amanda.
Oh boy. Intellect. I'm gonna put. Yeah, I'm definitely free because I have 4 edge, so I'm gonna use free level of effort on that.
Mhm.
No, I have plenty of. I'm gonna put another level after that too.
Okay.
So I'm gonna 2 levels. That was a 10.
10.
Mhm.
Close enough. You recognize that this is bug-like. While there are some snake aspects to the creature, Bobby Joe is bug-like. And generally speaking, when bugs grow, they don't just grow the way that you have seen Bobby Joe doing thus far. They molt. The position that Bobby Joe is in now looks like it's either dying or molting, but you have only seen it like gradually grow like a mammal or like a reptile. So you are not sure if it is about to die, explode, or shed its skin.
I'm looking. Okay, so good news is that it maybe worked, and Bobby Joe could be molting. Bad news is he also could be dying. I don't know, frankly. Something is happening though.
But yeah, it kind of twitches and shudders again and curls up even more tightly. And it's minute passes.
So, 50-50 on the results here.
Yeah. Another minute passes.
Just so you know, this is about to run out soon.
And you hear a slight snap like a twig. And then another small little crackle, as indeed it is molting. And the outer exoskeleton of this creature splits and starts to peel off as it wriggles out.
As a in character, this fucking blows. As a person, this is fucking amazing. I'm so in.
I
love
would
this
like
shit.
another roll from Amanda specifically to see if your tether and the leash holds while it squirms out of its prior
Oh yeah, because
shape.
oh boy. 18.
18. So it is sort of like seeing a reptile with its old shed stuck to it on the area that you have the leash kind of tethered, because it's holding it on and it's holding it in place. So indeed Bobby Joe does not float away. But while most of it does kind of peel and it squirms its way out of the exoskeleton, part of it is still kind of just stuck there. So you've got a little bit of it hanging from beneath Bobby Joe as this thing continues to hold it in place. And it, like, it is significantly more of that kind of iridescent shininess of expecting it to shift coloration and start to camouflage itself more. It's larger. The head is bigger than you thought it would be.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that big.
Yeah, so Bobby Joe is probably now the size of, we'll call it a fully grown golden shepherd. Only, not as fluffy and cute.
They grow up so fast.
Is this what we wanted?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
And about now, the bell box runs out. And
Uh-oh.
Bobby Joe begins falling to the ground.
I'm immediately activating it again.
Okay, please roll for depletion.
I will. Natural 20.
Whew.
Nice.
Which
Woo!
doesn't mean anything other than
Yes,
But
it
at least it's
stayed.
not depleted.
at least it's not
Yeah.
depleted. You're good.
So it only depletes on a nat, like permanently on a nat 1, and then if anything from 2 to 5 or to 6, it takes days to recharge. So this is the most use. Like as always, I roll really well on the useless thing.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
On the bright side, it is
Mhm.
back in the air.
It is, yeah, it starts to fall, like full on gravity falling, and then like zoom, right back up.
Sorry.
The exoskeleton kind of like crispy crackles and wiggles beneath it as it like tries to level out.
Baron,
Yes.
do you think?
Do something.
Yeah. Just don't cross there. I kind of gesture to where I like believe the edge to be. Or you're going to also
Fly off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I think there's an
I-
upper limit to how high they go, right?
Yes, but that upper limit is like 50 feet.
Yeah.
Falling from 50 feet would suck.
Yeah.
It doesn't specify that on the description.
I believe it's
I-
short distance,
Yeah.
which is 50 feet.
Wow. I learned something today.
So I go up to the limit, and I'm just like, "Hi, Bobby Joe. It's Mama. At least your adopted Mama."
So Bobby Joe is still like the full length of the leash away from you.
Yeah. So I'm shouting up at it, and I'm like, I turn to the others and I go like what what can I do to like try to see if he like understands? I was just gonna have him like click clack his little mouth, but to be fair, I think he's just gonna do that regardless. So
This is uncharted territory for me.
Is
and
it,
so yeah.
if it's
Go ahead.
starting to change colors a little bit, maybe you could ask it to change to a certain color.
Oh,
That's All right, so I say, like, can you? All right, and so I'd look up, like, can you? You see the trees up around? Can you change your scales to that color?
Give me an animal interaction roll.
Mhm.
I just remembered what the last ability I picked up was.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so I rolled an 18.
18. It, like, twitches its little mandibles at you and wiggles in place, and its color shifts slightly, but it does not seem to have full control over what it's doing.
Okay. Bao is going to cuss out Sybil specifically for a quick second before activating their their mind reading ability, or at least trying to. Technically, she has like in canon. She knows that it's happening. She doesn't really know how to activate it yet, but she's gonna try. She has
Okay.
activated enough weird shit to sort of have a general understanding of how that works. So.
Okay, can you read me the full description of that?
Yeah. You can read the surface thoughts of a creature within short range, even if the creature doesn't want you to.
Okay, yeah, it says
Not
creature.
a person, it's a creature.
Because I thought it might have said person, but no, it says creatures. Okay. Mostly you're reading confusion. It doesn't have full thought.
Right. That makes sense.
There's not like words of thought there. It's just the general more empathy than telepathy of confusion and attempting to position itself to where it can control what its body is doing, but it can't at the moment. So also vague discomfort that you assume is probably having to do with the molt still around a portion of its body with a leash that is far too tight around part of it.
That Varen.
Mm-hmm.
It's confused and a little bothered by the. Could you release it?
Oh, you want me to release it?
Yes.
I will. Okay.
So by releasing it, do you just let the leash go? Or do you pull it into your arms out of the hovering range to unbind the leash from around it?
I feel like I have enough sense to know that I'm going to like undo like its actual like leash, because I can see when I saw the mold, I feel like I was like, oh yeah, the leash is too tight.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Varen would be perceptive enough to pick up on that.
So you're going to pull it out of the gravity adjustment to attempt to unbind the leash from around it.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
That's one way to do it.
That's a way to do it, yeah. So as you like kind of pull it towards you like a kite, like this thing, like I was assuming that your leash is probably somewhere between 6 and 10 feet long because you were letting it kind of wander. So you're pulling it like a full 6 feet towards you. And it's floating down towards you, continuing to wiggle and writhe the entire way because it is confused and now moving through the air. So as it comes out, I would like you to make a might check to catch this, again, full golden retriever-sized snake bug, as it lands on you.
I'm going to put one level of effort into it because, again, I think it's funny if I fail this roll.
Well, remember that you are currently hindered in might because of the
Oh,
poison.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. I
So
forgot about
effort
that.
brings it back to even.
Okay, yeah. That works. 11. That's not the worst.
Yeah, that's not the worst. So it does land on you instead of the ground. It does not land on your head. You do kind of catching like a 40 to 60 pound dog, depending on how pudgy that golden retriever is. As it just drops into your arms is not necessarily an easy task. So one of your feet does kind of slip, but you don't fully fall on your ass as this very large now Coruscapede lands in your arms. I would now like you to make a speed defense as it panics.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Can I use my new ability block for another to provide an asset to Varen?
Yes, you may. Especially since you knew that
Ooh.
she was doing this.
Yes.
I'm going to re-roll that because my dice got caught in the corner and I couldn't see what I got. So. Okay, that is a 12.
Okay, yeah. So you do manage to barely, with that asset, get your arm out of the way of this thing's mandibles again as it squirms and fully freaks out because it was flying through the air and then it landed on you, and still has a far too tight leash around it. You don't have it fully wrangled. Like, this isn't like the rodeo and you caught the pig and you're about to, like, tie it up. But you did avoid getting bitten again, at least. As you are attempting, I'm assuming, to get this leash off. This is possibly a two-person job.
So I'm definitely trying to like baby talk and calm it down while I'm wrangling it.
While Varen's doing that, can Fong try to slip some hands towards the leash, and I don't know if it's a buckle system or whatever, but try to undo that.
Okay. So combined roll. Since
Okay.
the two of you are both making this attempt.
Sick.
I got an 11 again.
Can I put effort into this?
Yeah.
Sick. Because it's Bobby Joe, and both Fong and Matt have grown very fond of Bobby Joe. I'm gonna put 3 levels of effort into this.
Dang.
What
okay.
type of roll are you guys making? I'm sorry.
They're just trying to get the harness and leash off at the moment because of the fact that it's significantly larger now and has
It's basically
multiple
being-
limbs. It's flailing around as they're trying to get this thing, like, loose. Like, imagine wrestling with a 40-pound chihuahua that doesn't want you to take its collar or harness off, even though it didn't want it on in the first place, and then add, like, 50 legs.
It isn't applicable to this role, but I will activate my bubble of protection once the dude is up. Also, Matt, you still have your daily asset for me.
Can I use that too?
Yeah, so you've got 3 levels of effort and an asset
got
to
you.
attempt to get this thing unharnessed. What was your total?
I got a 19.
19. Damn. So yeah, like, while Varen is just kind of trying to dodge her arms and hands out of the way of this thing and just get it to hold still long enough, your hands, like the trained martial artist that you are, dart in, untie, unclip, and just rip it aside to pull both the harness that is partially embedded into the molt and the molt itself back and away, and it squirms loose. You also fully avoid any potential bites or scratches from this thing, and like get a really good look at the again, like they're thin like feathers but solid like scales. These just dags of things all over this creature that shift just slightly, and it's not uniform. It doesn't have control yet of its shifting of color, but it is starting to gain that ability at least. And once it is free, it whips around. With that 19 as your minor effect, I will give you an asset to attempt to catch it as it attempts to run.
Sick. Okay. Is this an asset on speed?
Yes, this is a speed check because you are trying to react fast enough to not let it run off.
Sweet. Okay. Well, with the I'm going to put in 2 levels of effort.
Okay. So
I'm going to be so tired by the end of this, but
Yeah.
Bobby Joe's worth it.
yeah, so currently it is a level 3 creature.
Okay.
So its difficulty was 9. You've got an asset, and you put in 2 levels of effort.
Mm-hmm.
While it does move as essentially 2 levels higher,
Mm-hmm.
that means that you're only rolling for a 2 now.
Okay.
Because its speed makes it move essentially as a level 5.
No! I rolled a 2 on the die.
No!
Do you have any ciphers to reroll that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think I've used any.
Yeah, you weren't here
No, you weren't here.
yesterday, or the last time, and it was a new day the last time.
Thank goodness. Thank you.
I
Yeah,
got
so
you.
so you
Okay.
should be full up on whatever you've got new. Which means that we also need your lucky and unlucky numbers.
I rolled a 3 on the die.
So yeah, like with ease, so smooth, like hands dart in, clip, snap, untie, rip aside, and then like you see it beginning to move, and you know that it's moving, and you have that moment of, I know that I will miss it if I move this way, so I'm going to move this way, and you still miss it because it's still very fast. So it begins darting away.
How quickly?
Like it is moving, like it currently moves as like a short distance, like so it moves at a speed that most people would be able to keep up with. It's just, it was very fast in that moment.
Okay, I want to reposition and just gravity well it again.
Okay.
I have the bell box. As long as I don't, as long as it doesn't expand, I can just keep using it, right?
Okay. I would like an intellect roll from you to be able to position your aim, not to catch Fong and Varen. Because they were right next to it. So
Fair.
I need basically an intellect roll for aim. A 1. So you see
Wait,
all this.
wait. No, that's fine.
Okay, so you see all
I
this
still
go
have a
down.
cipher, but I don't know if I'm allowed to use that.
A cipher?
Yeah.
You can use a cipher whenever you want.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
16. That's so
Okay.
much better.
All right, so yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I was about to say, you see all this go down, and then you just react and go boom, and they all go up in the air. But no, with the 16, you are able to, like, it is out of reach of them. So, like, you know there is no chance that they are catching it without, like, chasing it down. And boom, you activate the bell box yet again. And this time, Bobby Joe goes up and up and up 50 feet in the air.
Um. Um.
I feel like Varen is breathless on the floor and being like, all right, so, okay, what's next? What's the next step here?
Bobby Joe. We mean you no harm. Well, they mean you no harm. I'm still on the fence about it.
What's the range of your mind reading?
I must be able to see the target.
Okay. It's once again confused. No longer uncomfortable. Not seemingly aggressive, though that might be overridden by the confusion. There was a flash of fear, but now it's just confusion. So, roll an intellect for me, as Bal.
I'm gonna get an edge of on that. It was a 10.
10. It is intelligent enough to react with confusion instead of being trapped in fear by the sudden actions.
Sweet.
Because right now it's confusion trying to figure out how to balance itself.
Okay.
You're not sure if it can understand you.
All right. I don't know if you can understand me, but if you don't run away, oh, hold on. I need to roll for please then.
Mm-hmm.
That was 17. We're fine. If you don't run away, I'll let you down early, buddy.
I would like another group roll for luck to see if Bobby Joe is intelligent enough to understand human speech.
9. I don't have rerolls this turn.
I rolled a 9 as well.
19.
Minor effect. So it can't position itself enough to be able to look at you because it doesn't have control of its body up in the air. It's sort of like it fell upwards and doesn't have something to basically put pressure against to be able to turn. Because this, again, this is not hovering, this is gravity. And the top of the range, essentially, is the ground, only there's nothing physical there to press against. So it can't position itself necessarily to look at you, but you did catch at least some spark of awareness that it seems to have understood that the speech was directed at it. There is no way to understand with its current intelligence level and emotions on if it understands and or agrees. But it was aware that you were addressing it, and you could tell that it's aware that you were addressing it.
Okay. Sorry, Sage is on a phone call. Bloody hell! I think it worked. I don't think it's quite capable of speech, or maybe not. I think it has to understand. You know, dogs, but like a stage or two under that, if that makes sense.
Sure. So he can't understand.
A little bit, he can. He understood that I was speaking to it.
Well, that's good. I think that's good.
I think so. I'm going to let it down. You
Uh-huh.
try to catch it. I don't want it to get hurt.
50
True.
feet full.
Right.
Trustful.
All right. And then I hate this, but then be gentle with it, yeah?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. And then I let it go.
Who's trying to catch it?
We're both trying to catch it.
So both of you run forward to try and catch it.
Uh-huh.
All right, so give me a combined speed check.
I don't know. I don't know if this helps, but I will also now include Bobby Joe in my bubble of protection.
Okay.
So its defense moves are technically lowered now.
Okay.
I don't know if that affects what is happening.
We'll see. So, what are the speed checks to get positioned?
Can I? So I do have a skill in jumping. Can I
Okay.
use that? It's like
Yeah, so like you want to be able to jump in the air and catch it as it falls.
yes.
Yes, you can. That means that you are doing so without Varen's aid. So this is a solo roll instead of combined or averaged rolls. So I
snap.
need, I will, because you're just skilled in jumping, I won't make you roll to jump, but I will have that ease your might check to catch it and land.
Okay. All right. Are you cool with that, Amanda?
I'm cool with that.
I mean, she can like be underneath and try to catch it if you miss.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just remembered
I'm just
that
like,
Corey is technically with us as well, so I will have him offer
Oh, yeah.
Darren the help action.
Okay.
In
So,
catching
like the
it.
Which
one
is good
strong
because
guy.
Varen is currently hindered in might.
Yeah, so Corey's helping.
Yeah, Corey is helping Varen. Okay.
My brain still thinks of him as an NPC and not as a companion. But so technically, I have full control over him as well.
Yeah, he's been yours this entire campaign.
Yep. I just keep forgetting. I like the guy as a character, so
It's okay.
I have this quick tangent. It's like when an RPG has a NPC that becomes a party member and then they lose all of their personality. I worry that that's what's going to happen to Corey.
Aw.
No.
Because I really do like him. I picked him for a reason.
All right, so
Aw.
Fong, your might check to land the jump catch is difficulty 5, eased by 1 because of your skill in jumping, down to a difficulty 4.
Great. I'm gonna put 2 levels of effort into this.
Okay, so that brings it down to a 2, so 6 or better.
All right. That's a 10.
You're so good. You got just the amount you needed. You manage it. So the order of operations is like, Paula's explaining this to you. Okay, I think I'm just gonna drop it. Catch them carefully? Question mark. And so like both of you just run forward as soon as you see the gravity essentially go back to normal in that area. And like Varen goes to slide and try to cushion the fall with her body, with Corey like stumbling to also try and support because Varen is a little wobbly at the moment.
Yeah.
And then Fong like leaps over you and like just bridal carry catch, like cradles Bobby Joe like in his arms and like cushions the fall with his body as you land. And there is definitely some panic squirming because even if a dog that knew you dropped and you caught it like that, it would be freaking out. So that is my justification here. If Ollie would freak out with me doing it, this animal still would as well.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
like
Fair
there
enough.
is
Fair.
flailing around and little bug legs everywhere, and one of those little scree sounds as you land. What do you do? Do you immediately set it down, or do you try and like comfort it? What's your move?
I will. I just because of the way that Val is attempting to approach this, I will use my healing ability. To technically it doesn't actually heal, but just to sort of like give it that warm feeling
Okay.
of support.
Okay. Fong? What are you up
So-
to?
I think Fong's immediate reaction is to hand over to Varen to return Bobby Joe to Mama.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you try to hand Bobby Joe over, it squirms a little bit more, and the handoff is not coordinated. It partially lands on your lap with Corey kind of supporting your back as you're sitting back up, Varen, and like Bobby Joe does not immediately run. It does shift off of your lap and take a defensive position. So part of its body is up off of the ground and it looks defensive. But it does not immediately run and it does not immediately attack.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm doing my best to be kind of like I swear I'm not gonna hurt you. I just wanted to make sure that I'm trying my best here to raise you and be a friend.
All right. So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have XP?
I'm pretty sure I do. I have lots of XP.
Bobby Joe, as a companion animal, would be considered a asset or a boon for a prolonged period of time, which there is a use for XP that can grant you a tool or boon that aids you in endeavors beyond a single encounter. But it does require 3 XP. Would
It's a
you
good
like
thing-
to use 3 XP, if you have it, to basically make sure that Bobby Joe is both intelligent enough to receive training and amenable to do so as your pet?
It's a good thing I have 5 whole XP to use, baby.
For the record, Amanda, I just wanted to
Yeah.
be clear. If you didn't, I was ready to sacrifice the bell box in exchange for that. I was
I've
legitimately
been holding
already-
on to my XP for this moment.
Amazing. I was ready to just be like, all right, hey,
Like I was like, there's got to be.
everything I
I'm
substitute.
holding on to this.
I can't
For a
believe that I am
reason.
giving you a fucking Karuscapede pet. But yes,
Milo.
yes, you can exchange your cipher for a prolonged boon of a trained monstrous pet. It is still young,
Mm-hmm.
and it is not at full strength, but you do now have a snake centipede spider pet named Bobby Joe.
Darren has her first Pokemon.
And then it was a legendary too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, At full growth, they are level 6 creatures
That's right.
with a bite
Crazy.
that deals 4 and venom that deals 2. Venom that takes effect at, again, full strength is acidic and hallucinogenic. Currently, Bobby Joe is a level 3 creature. No, level 4 creature, I think I said.
You said 3.
3. Okay, so level 3 creature. So, its bite only deals 2 points of damage. Its venom does not deal acidic damage, but will daze a creature for 2 rounds.
So his bite was 2 damage, you said?
Bite is 2 damage. Venom doesn't do any additional damage, but if they fail the might, then that is dazed for 2 rounds.
That's
Yes.
so good.
It, as further details, it has armor of 1 and moves. In other words, its speed and its defense is 2 levels higher. So its speed is per level 5, and its movement is a full short distance in addition to attacks.
Whoa.
Because a full-size Cruskpeed can move a long distance in addition to attacking.
Oh. Is that all?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys defeated a big one. You defeated a big one a long time ago and have had this little baby ever since.
Yes.
But yes, so you have finally figured out a way to get yourself Bobby Joe as an actual pet.
Yay!
If you
You
need
did
me
it.
to send you the full specs for Bobby Joe later, I can. But that was basically the overview.
Yay. Yeah, I would appreciate that, but hooray. I knew I was holding on to all of that XP for a reason.
So as a reminder to the players, XP, a single one can get you a reroll, just like a cipher can. 2 can get you something that will aid you for an entire encounter. So something that you know, something that you do, something that you obtain. And I don't mean just a fight, an encounter. So 2 would have helped you for all of your encounters with, for example, Luis Figu or with T'Pol. 3 will get you a boon that helps you for a prolonged period of time. It can still break, it can still go away, or in the case of a creature, it can still perish in battle. But it is a prolonged thing because XP can be used for more than just leveling.
Yay.
But yes, so as you try and reassure this creature, it takes a long, heavy moment before it slowly unwinds from its raised, snake-like position to settle down on the ground, and then it seems like it's going to move slowly, and then it's in a flash right up next to you and weaves back and forth a couple of times before raising back up and looking at you in consideration.
So I take it that means that you want to stick around with us, huh? That is
crazy
too
that
cute.
The first time that sound comes through the microphone, at least for me, it's after it gains enough intelligence.
And it gains
Actually
enough
be a
sentience
character.
to be. I know, that was the first time I've heard it actually make any sound.
I didn't make it as high pitched as I normally do.
It was perfect.
And I know it probably, I don't know if it can feel this, but I do attempt to kind of pat it gently, like on like its underside.
It twitches and shifts like it's not sure what you're doing, because this is like you just picked up a dog from the shelter. It's unsure of you still. But it puts up with it, realizes what you're doing, and kind of holds still. If you've still got your mind reading up, Val, it seems just as confused by the contact as it did by being floating in the air.
I will continue to just let these interactions just happen as on Baron's terms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna interject much.
Fong, are you doing anything fun?
Fong is just happy to see Bobby Joe make so much progress, and Varen being such a good mom.
Alina is going to come back and Kale is going to be like, what the fuck did I miss?
I love a good filler episode that changes the lore deeply.
It's like, I love that my character is weird enough to figure out how to befriend a giant, very dangerous, invasive spider snake species.
Yeah. And because we do have a spider phobia concern in the Discord, I am going to try to do this post with a spoiler on it.
Which is funny because I think I'm the one with the spider concern, which is now that I'm thinking about it.
You're not the only one with the spider concern, because you're not the one that I was thinking about.
Okay, because I know I have for sure have mentioned my spider phobia, which I think is hilarious. That twice now I have created characters who are very like bug related.
If it helps, during the first campaign, we had a big rat presence, and I have a rat phobia, and my character learned sign language partially to communicate with our rat NPC.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
So, right there with you. I get exactly how that is.
The rat was almost as out of my control as Bobby Joe.
Almost.
Like, they decided to keep the rat around when a character left, because the rat was helping the other character. And it basically was my way to help the group, because they were struggling. So, Scott King the Rat King was a way to be like, yes, this thing that you were trying to do and then got into a fight while doing, the rat helped with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the rat went through as many weird magical shit as they did. I gave you guys the opportunity to potentially try and deal with a baby one of these, not thinking that you were going to actually really follow through on it, because raising a baby versus just getting a pet is two very different things. But you know what? I should know as the GM that if I put the opportunity in front of a group, they're going to take it. So I only take partial responsibility. But yes, you have a pet adolescent Coruscapede.
What's a teenager?
Yes.
Nice.
It will have a lot of growing to do
Good
before it is
job.
full size.
Milo just rolled an 18.
Oh, good job, Milo.
Aw.
Good job, Milo.
But yeah. We'll say that it takes a bit to kind of get Bobby Joe, I wouldn't say trained, but trusting enough to allow you to harness it and leash it again.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, is there anything else that you guys want to do while outside of the house?
I'm gonna
Was
do a
there
recovery
anything
roll.
else?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably a smart thing to do.
yeah.
Oh, I don't. I'm fine. I have all my points still.
I need to take a 10
I-
recovery.
There's things that Bal wants to do, but the one thing I want to try to do, I think, it requires kale. So
Okay. Fong, is there anything that you want to do other than recovering while you are out of the NPC's home and out of the NPC's eyesight?
No, I mean, look, we want to be respectful of this NPC, and Fong is. I feel like anytime he tries something else, it's gonna be a disaster. So,
It's not always a disaster.
uh, he's just gonna be chill
Okay.
and just like probably just be watching the joy of Bobby Joe being growing up and being cool.
Okay.
oh, yeah, I would like to use Grant Deception to convince Fong that this is just another creature that Bal has tamed, just as a bit.
Opposed roll, Grand Deception, I would say gives you a double asset, so +6 to your roll. Fong, do you have anything that helps you to see through deception or understand things like
No.
hidden motives, etc.?
No, absolutely not. Which is
Okay.
probably why
I
he
am-
loses in gambling so much.
I am also specialized in deception.
Dang.
Oh.
So roll these. Let's see if you
14.
have any chance. Do you have any chance? 3. Yeah. At this point, you've heard about like Bal taming and learning the language of a sea serpent and was swimming with those big ass jellyfish back when you were on the ocean,
Oh, that's right.
and like just another animal that like was able, like Bal was able to read its mind while it was up in the air.
Yeah. That's incredible. My
Yep.
captain is quite the astounding hero.
Master. I should add Master of Beasts to my list of titles.
Yes. Yes. And Fong is gonna find a place to like just scribble that down for introduction's sake.
Corey, to give you some of Corey's personality that you love so very much, is looking at you in the I can tell that you're being a shit, but also I still also kind of believe it because I've seen you do some wild fucking stuff.
Oh, so mechanically, I convinced one person.
Nevertheless,
It just says one target. So
yeah, no, like you don't have to make the roll for Corey. Corey
Oh,
can tell
fair.
that you are being you. But also, Corey has seen you do wild shit, and
That's true.
an literal god, via you, helped to
Oh, yeah.
reposition the bone structure of this man's face so that he could
That's
talk
right.
more. So, while he can tell that you're just kind of being you and being a little bit of a shit, he's also just kind of like, and he's giving you the look of, I see what you're doing. He also kind of believes you.
I completely forgot that I healed his inability to speak, or that I had a hand in it.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he also? Oh no, he wasn't there for the teleport, right? At the end of
That's
last
when it
game?
happened.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's fair.
You called on
Yeah.
a god answered, and while answering and magically transporting you, like, for miles outside of a city, also went,
Yeah.
boop, you can talk now. Because Corey's shark teeth used to be so plentiful and so sharp that he could not easily talk, and thus that is why he knows sign language.
Cool. Then yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
just
so
gonna
he, despite
Yeah.
knowing that you're being a shit, he still believes you. He has
Understandable.
motive. But yeah. So, as you get Bobby Joe retethered, somewhat reluctantly on its part, and it does pull like an animal, like a dog or a cat that doesn't realize that it's tethered to you. It doesn't understand that's what the purpose of the thing is. I'm assuming that you guys go back inside.
Unless you want to start trading him, Farron.
Sure, I will definitely start. So maybe like you should just kind of let them know what happened and that I'm working with it, so it won't like make a mess of the inside. So
Give me a speed check, by the way, Farron.
oh boy, not 20.
Not 20. Your arm kind of jerks to the side, but you hold steady without falling over because Bobby Joe did see a squirrel that had come back into the area and had also been flying significantly further out, 50 feet in the air, that has like wandered close enough, and it was just like food, so it darted in the direction, and then you just like your hand like yanks to the side and then you yank it back just reflexively instead of being pulled by Bobby Joe going food.
Yeah, we actually should probably like make sure that Bobby Joe has a proper diet too. So I'll be definitely spending some time out here.
Are you going to abuse your dark tendrils power to catch random small animals to feed your pet?
Well, I'm not gonna say that I'm not doing that.
Oh my
Wink.
god. I am not surprised. It's a TTRPG group. I am not surprised
Yeah,
at all.
I am not going to do that.
Yeah.
I will offer the help action.
To catch animals or to go inside and explain that, okay, so you
Catch
guys
animal.
are going to spend some time catching game. All right, so
I have I have my death ability from the Bless of the Gods. So I'm just going to sort of start
like random
killing
areas to
things.
see if you can find
Yeah.
something. Oh my god. Fong,
I'll help.
you are witnessing Bal like realizing that Bobby Joe is hungry, kind of looking for any type of movement in the brush and then just withering things, which also withers the plants around it.
Oh, I missed. There we go.
Wow. How do I put that into a title?
are you going to also attempt to catch game, or are you just going to cheer them on?
I think Fong's just gonna cheer them on because, like, seeing this is so heartwarming and mesmerizing.
That's one way to put it. So, let's get some rolls going since you guys are actively attempting to hunt game. Thank you very much. Just a minute. Thank you very much for the raid, RX Oliver. Can I get one of you guys to do a shout out for them real quick?
Yeah.
So we are in kind of, as has been joked, a little bit of a filler episode for our campaign, Empyrean Wilds, which is a cipher system based campaign, kind of high fantasy, and they have just managed to hit all of the necessary little check boxes to acquire a somewhat disturbing little pet. I hope you guys had a good stream. Like, what were you streaming? Tell us all about it. Also, if you need to raid and run, we totally understand. If you need to, like, get up, stretch your legs, get some water, I'm sure that you've been on for a little while. But if you happen to want to stick around, we would be happy to have you. But yeah, so since you are, as a group, deciding to attempt to hunt some small game for your Karuskpede, which for our new audience, a Karuskpede is a custom created creature that had been a monster that they fought previously in the campaign, that is somewhat of a combination of a viper, a centipede, and a spider that also happens to have a camouflage scale effect to it. That they found one of the little baby eggs and hatched it, and have since been raising it and just managed to do some highly unethical things with magical drugs to make this thing intelligent enough to be able to be trainable.
Well, when you put it that way, you know.
I never said you guys were the good guys. I just said you were the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so you're attempting to catch some small game. How are you guys going about it? Let's get some rolls going.
Oh, right. Rolling. What is this specifically?
You're basically trying to spot and then target. So
Okay.
perception and aim.
So, I don't know if this is applicable, but I can see through deception, and an animal hiding is technically trying to deceive me.
An animal hiding is technically using stealth.
I am also trained in stealth.
That is hiding yourself? Are you trained in hunting? Are you trained in anything having to do with animals?
No. I am with Corey, though, technically help action.
Okay. Because you've
8.
got a follower. Okay. Amanda, how's Varen going about this?
So I rolled a 16, so I don't know if that is the perception or the actual hunt that I just rolled for.
Oh, what are you doing? That will kind of determine what you're doing.
So, I mean, technically I don't necessarily have to roll because I could use my scan ability to try to see if there's any creatures in the area. And then in theory, I can also use my tethers to help capture
The dark tethers?
these critters. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say that the 16 was to target something that is not a normal humanoid enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the tethers, because scan would just tell you if there are things there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 16. While Bal is like trying to spot something and then just sends a wither that way, Oh, they're still in VC. Cool, thank you. Um, uh, while Val is trying to spot something that's just like maybe, and then sends a wither that way, and oh, I missed, sends another wither. Your scan tells you where there is probably, we'll say, a rabbit. And you're just like, oh, there. Boom. What does it look like as your dark tethers take effect?
It essentially is operating like a trap where it is. So my dark tethers technically, creatures in the area are hindered from trying to leave, and it has to use their whole movement. So I feel that once it's tethered, Bobby Joe, I want to like encourage its ability to like hunt and be like.
So you're just like, oh.
Because I technically don't have any weapons. I just kind of realized I never really gave Varen any way to like actually fight. So
I think you might have a dagger, but that's it.
yeah.
So you scan, recognize that there is something small game like there. Tethers, like, so as this rabbit, panicked from everything going on, begins to dart away, the ground underneath it grows dark, and tethers of darkness erupt, wrapping around it, hindering its movement, and then you just kind of let go of the leash as Bobby Joe just darts forward.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is also the first time that you have actually let Bobby Joe hunt its own food. It has been a baby this entire time, and while you have given it food that you thought might work and that has managed to barely sustain it so far, this is the first time it's like actively hunting. So you, for the first time, are able to see how this works. As Bobby Joe does, seeing food and being somewhat desperate for it, dart forward, leash trailing behind it in the wind like a scarf, and just darts forward, single snip to this rabbit that like twitches and then goes still because it is stunned, and then you actually see it begin to wrap it in a web.
Oh, that's how that okay, that's how that works. Interesting.
On the bright side, that does mean that it can we don't have to worry about it feeding. We can just make food for the road.
True, it just have to, find a good way to store the food for later, but
yeah, so it is it has its wrapped food. Oh my god, I can't believe we're doing this.
we are learning. Hey, we are doing research. We are researchers. We are at the collector providing research. Not on his property, so technically this is allowed.
Totally.
If we write it down, it makes it research.
Yep.
But yeah,
For
so
sure.
I'm just glad that it seems like it's finally getting like a proper meal, because it was very clearly not doing well on the stewed meat diet.
yeah, it seems to be letting it sit there for a little bit, like it is wrapping the creature up, and has bitten it a couple more times. But whatever its venom is doing, it's waiting for that to finish taking effect before it feeds. So you have Bobby Joe just kind of curled around and occasionally nipping the creature as it waits, and a web wrapped small fuzzy animal, and the silence of everything else around you, because that was a lot of gravity reversal in a very short period of time across a large area.
We have screwed up the ecosystem in like the 5 minutes we've been outside.
A little bit. You've essentially scared off most of the birds and most of
Fair
the
enough.
other animals. Like the birds can still, for the most part, fly through an area that has its gravity adjusted. But if they were resting in a tree, or if their nest was in a tree and not adhered, stuff went flying.
Fair enough. We should probably go inside soon and check in on everyone. Then I don't mind staying out here and just like making my camp out here if it's like going to be too much of an issue.
I would before we go inside. Sorry,
Mhm.
I think we're just everybody's trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I would like to listen to Bobby Joe's sounds for a bit and try to babble, uh,
But
and see if if it is smart enough to have language.
Uh, Sitting and processing it for a little bit and only occasionally hearing a couple of sounds from it, to the best of your knowledge, it still does not have a language.
Okay, so we're sort of in a couple tiers under Scott.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Which, even with Scott, Scott was intelligent enough to understand language. Scott did not speak a language until you taught Scott sign language.
Yeah.
Very modified sign language because rat paws.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes,
About to do a
so
very quick Google search.
it has almost been about 2 hours, so we would normally be ending here. We just happened to start a little late. Was there anything else that anyone wanted to do before we wrap for the night?
no.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, so thank you again, Raiders. We're going to go ahead and start wrapping it there. I'm going to see if anyone else happens to be online and raid over to it. So let's go ahead and go around saying who we are and where you can find us while I take a look at that. Starting with Ash this time.
Hello. If that had gone for even a second longer, I would have started anyway. But hello, I'm Ash. I was Val Misforge, Captain of the Endless Mistake, Tamer of Beasts, or Master of Beasts. Actually, I think it's that what we decided on. President of the Trade Department at Eisenbridge, and others. Esquire, MD. Um, Outside of obviously, I'm here every Sunday playing Val in this amazing game. I'm super excited for next week. Next time, not next week. Every other Sunday. Not this Sunday. Not this Sunday. Next Sunday. And then this Friday, I in theory will be here playing Senor Fluffington and or Juan Ferreira in Once Upon a Reflection, a fairy tale based campaign that is a lot of fun. I play a Chihuahua in that. And then the Friday after that, also in theory, I'm going to be playing La Luz de la Luna, which is my moth character, who is totally serious and did not start the campaign smearing shit on some guy. She did it seriously. I promise. And now it is for Ether Engines, our post-apocalyptic game, where the cast is amazing, and we just, incidentally enough, we just found a giant rat. It was really fun. Yeah, I don't have anything else right now outside of what we're doing. Outside of here, because I've been working. So I'm gonna pass it over to somebody who does have a lot of stuff going on. Matt.
Oh, thank you, Ash. I appreciate it. My name is Matt, he, him. Today I played Fang Wu, he, they. the risk-taking warrior who fights with panache, occasionally walks through walls, and is the happiest camper because we got the Bobby Joe. Let's go. I've been so jazzed. Oh my gosh. Um, oh goodness. This is such a joy. I'm so pumped for next time. You can find everything I'm doing by following me as Improv and RPG basically everywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but over on YouTube, Instagram, like you can find I make a lot of videos teaching beginners how to role play, stuff like that. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all are incredible. I'll popcorn it over to Amanda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda, aka Panda Cabra. I also use she, her pronouns. I have been Varen Lek, the weird adept who dances with dark matter and siphons power, a tamer of big bug, and overall deathbringer, essentially. I have what is essentially a legendary Pokemon now as my personal little pet. You can find me here every other Sunday as part of the Empyrean Wild crew, as well as every other every other Friday. And I think it's this upcoming Friday we have that fairy tale game. I'm also playing Rosa and Thorn, the explorer princess type, who masters the swarm and is going through some really interesting changes. Other than that, you can kind of mostly just find me around here. I'm always on Discord. Feel free to say hello while I'm over there. I don't really have much going on in terms of other like TTRPG projects, but I am occasionally on Blue Sky because I have been really busy with work as well. So feel free to stop by the Discord and say hello because I am pretty much on Discord like 24/7, essentially. So, Evie, I'll pass it back to you.
Yes. Hi, I'm Evie, the Disaster Jam. My pronouns are she, there, any. I really don't care. I'm the director of Altered Echo Archives and the GM for our 3 primary campaigns. Unfortunately, today we were missing Alina because they had some stuff that they were doing, I think a convention, because Alina does Weregeek Comics, or did Weregeek Comics? I don't know if it's still running, but they do a lot of conventions and they're an amazing artist. They did the character art for this campaign, so the character art that you see scrolling across the screen, that is Alina. They also have done a number of really cool books and a TEDx talk on using comics for education and stuff. And it's they're a really, really cool person. So you should check them out and do all the things. Me, you can primarily find here because this is what I do as one of my many hobbies. But we will be back on Friday for Fairy Tale Friday, Once Upon a Reflection, our Fairy Tale campaign, once again in the Cypher system. But yeah, so stick around if you are on Twitch. We will be raiding over into Goblin Bringles, who is running Pathfinder at the moment, and they had some fun little art going on. So yeah. We will be raiding out, so stick around, and hopefully we will see you next time. Bye!